played and coached, I know. Like, you know what it's like, right? You know what it's like.
Mm-mm.
But getting away from it after, like, from being actually in the league, you kind of forget how, not me so much, but you can kind of forget. But for a parent, so I've got a story to back this up. So parents, when you say you want your kid to play, you see talent, you want them to get drafted and move away, or you want them to get there. I've said this so many times. Be really careful what you wish for.
Yep.
Okay? Because you have no clue what that actually means. So, for example, that's why, I think some of the people around me, when they see me with Charlie and they say, they say, hey, we got this going on, and I say, hey, Charlie, might want to rethink that, or right, like, give him a little bit of like a nudge. Then he goes, yeah, and then some of Christine's friends was like, okay, well, come on, man, like, you guys are obsessed with it. It's like, no, you have to be. You have to be.
No
and
choice,
here's
man.
why.
Yeah.
So my daughter had a baby. That's not why. But so Charlie turned 16 2 days ago, December 6th. And his sister, my daughter, had a baby girl 1 month ago, the night that they played in Windsor here. Charlie didn't get to see his niece. Do you ever think about that, Mom and Dad? You know what I mean?
Yep.
You ever think about that? Your 16 or 15-year-old boy, 17, whatever. I don't give a shit what it is. When you choose this life, you don't have a normal family life. So that was on his mind. He's an uncle at 15. A lot of guys on the team go, "Wow, you're an uncle at 15? That's pretty cool." They're kids, man.
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, that's pretty cool," and he was excited. And he didn't get to see his niece, and it's like one of the most exciting times of his life. But he has to play hockey, and he was totally fine with that. It was all good, but it was killing him inside. I want to see my niece. This is like someone I want to take care of, man. This is someone I'm going to love. My sister's had a baby, right? A baby girl, and she's so cute.
Yeah.
So he's been grinding it out and doing really well. And Avery never really understood. She's playing in the OHL. Like, Avery's my daughter, playing in the OHL. That's pretty cool. And they get to see him on TV a little bit, but she never really got the gist of it. So 2 days ago on his birthday, my wife and Avery and the baby drove up on the Tuesday or whatever, Monday. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And they drove up. They drove up after practice, and they went and took him out for dinner to see the baby. And the kid was like just so pumped that he got to spend a couple hours with his niece, hugging her and kissing her and just feeding her and just loving it. And then she's got to go. But the other perspective was my wife being so awesome, just saying, well, let's make him give him a great birthday, and we'll go out of our way, like, to go see the kid. Got to drive 3 hours with the baby in the car to go see the kid, so he gets a chance to see his family, right?
Yep.
So that's that. But Avery called me on the way home, and she goes, he's got a whole different life there. He goes, like, the billet house, I didn't realize, like, he's got this awesome house, and they're really nice, but it's like it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
And like, he's in this whole thing where he's like hockey. And I went and saw the rink, and it's amazing, and all the stuff they do. And it was like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And she was blown away. Yeah. And then she was also blown away by, like, it's not just you're going to play a little hockey. It's a business now. It's like the whole thing is like, oh, it was like a smack in the head for her. She was like, oh, this is what it is. And for people that move away, for parents, when they want their kids to move away, that was like one little thing.
Yeah.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
And your kid, and I've got a couple of things here, okay?
Yep.
And then I'll let you go and I'll be done,
Yeah.
kind of. Number one, it could be brutal from the eyes of the parent. And I'm saying this firsthand. I was really thinking about it. Your kid's gone. Your kid's gone. Like, if you had a kid, think about this. If you had a kid, you're serious with your girlfriend, I know that. And like, if you had a kid, you don't have a kid to say, okay, 15, 16, he's out. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. But it's the path that he chose, right?
Little kid still.
Yeah.
Still a little kid.
Yeah. So you're probably going to miss him. Most likely. You're going to miss him a lot. And ironically, they're most likely going to miss you, like, depending on the situation. So I was like, okay, my kid's dream, and this is the thing that he wanted to do. And I knew real early in this move that he was happier than you can't be any happier. You know what I mean? It couldn't be any happier. You're happier than a two-peckered billy goat, like just happy. But I know he's going to miss mom and dad a little bit. And the negative times where things that he's trying to navigate through, you just feel for him. But you have to be tough enough to get him through it and not make home the place where it's safe or where it's comfortable. And then there's times where he doesn't miss you at all. No, I'm good. And it's really weird because, I think I said this before, like my son and I spent a ton of time together, working out on the ice, hanging out, talking, laughing, he's gone now. And I'm just saying this for parents, right? And actually the kids too. Think about your parents once in a while. It's like they're sitting there at home and you had this relationship and all of a sudden they don't get to speak to you.
Yeah.
Or you get 5 minutes here or a phone call. But he might not miss you because everything's going well. Yep. It's really weird.
Yeah, you want them to need you a little bit.
A little bit, like, call me, hey, this is how my day went. But it doesn't happen, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because it could be, like, he could be calling you every day saying, I just want to come home. I just want to come home, and then they make it worse. But anyways, that's one of the things. You want to hear you ever hear the people, it's in movies and stuff too, right? Call your mom. Call your mom. Hey, can you just call your mom once in a while, man? Like, that never really struck me until a couple days ago. I'm like, can you just call your dad?
Yeah. Just call me.
Give me a call, man. How hard is it? Just call me. But no, it's like when I moved away from home, I'm not calling my mom. Why? Hi. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, because my wife gets hurt a little bit. Like, he doesn't.
Yeah, for sure.
5 minutes here and there. We got a couple other kids that it's like with their parents are like, whatever, yeah, I'm fine. What? And they're fine. And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But they're not going to call home every day if things are, especially if they're going well, right? As a parent, just a natural thing is you're going to watch a game as a parent, not as a hockey, even me. I'll watch it and I watch him. He's my son. He's doing great. But do you think I don't sit there and go, well, he could play more than this guy? He can get more ice than this guy. It'll drive you nuts.
Yeah.
But I don't lose my mind over it. I enjoy it, but
you're aware of the dad and
you think he deserves more. You're gonna think that, and then you're gonna feel for them. Yeah. You're gonna want to talk him through. So I'm really careful on how much I speak to him about hockey. I really am. I just let him do most of the talking about it. So what I said with players, you got to manage your disappointments, right? You didn't get your ice. Someone got called up. Whatever. All these things. Coach wasn't in love with you today. Got to manage it. Well, you got to manage your disappointments as a parents when they go away. Got to manage the disappointments that they didn't call you today. They need $50. That's all it seems like they ever call about. That you manage the kid's disappointments that he's not playing. There's so many disappointments that you look at. I thought he'd miss me more on these things.
Yeah.
Did I do the right thing and all that? Like, there's all these different things that come up. And then you have to be there for your kid when they move away, but you can't be there too much. And that's something I recognize with myself because Charlie and I, as I said before, is we would talk for hours and hours a day. We're just together all the time. And a lot of the times we would work through solutions or problems and it was just a natural thing. And then it goes away and it's like I could sense early on that no, Dad, I don't need it. And I wasn't not being pushy or too much, but I just read it and I said, okay, he's in George's hands. He's been coaching for 30-some years. George has seen everything 1,000 times. He's produced a lot of players. He's a good person. I got to just let it be. And when Charlie asked me a question or I sense it, like that's what I said, let me know what you want to talk about if you want advice or whatever. So we've done that. But it's hard sometimes because he called me the other day after his first game back because he was out with an injury missed 6 games. How'd I play? I said, you played fantastic, man. Yeah, he goes, was there anything? And I was really reluctant. I said, yeah, there was one thing. And I'm sure he goes, yeah. And then he explained the play. I said, other than that, you played a fantastic game. But it's like, I could have been the dad saying, yeah, and you should have got more ice. And that play there, you don't ever do that again, and go into detail. But George has got it. And it's just hard. You got to just go watch and let it be. And you can't be too motivating because you're getting coached all day, every day.